All right, Playboys, we are back. And we have data mines starting to come in. So we got the refines here, courtesy of Ree. Shout out to Ree. And then also we have the seasonal full artwork for Tiki, and I'm guessing May in there too. All right, we'll quickly take a look at this. Let's just see Tiki's new art. All right, so there she is with her Dragonstone popsicle. That was the nicest touch on that original art by Gao. It was a good idea, good concept to have her, like, Dragonstone just be a popsicle. All right, there's the attacking artwork. All right, the special attack. Looks like she found Nemo and Dory. Finding Nemo, finding Dory. All right, good job, Tiki. And then finally, we got the injured artwork there. So her little floaty is getting broken. Hopefully she doesn't drown. Or then the next movie is going to be Finding Tiki. All right, so there we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the refines now. So we have, of course, Salem's refine. Oh, he has a style. Ooh, that could be crazy. All right, then we have Vyland. We got Muspell, a.k.a. Endeavor from MHA. All right, we got Volke, my man, my homie, my favorite thief of all time. We have Baby Tana. Okay, then we have Nerus with her remix. We got a 3-pager from her. That's good. And then, of course, Legendary Yuri to wrap us up. So why don't we start things off here with Salem. Now, this guy with a style, that could be very interesting. He is a GHB, so he's easily plus 10able. 14 might, 2 range at the start of turn and after unit acts. If Kanto triggers, then after Kanto. Inflicts attack and res -7, discord, and panic on the closest foes and foes in 2 spaces of them through the next actions. Then grants all stats of 5. Unit deals plus 20 damage and reduce damage from foes' attacks by 7. Okay, also for the effect refine, grants all stats of 5. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up and inflicts guard on the foe per attack. All right, so now we have sleep style here. Now, this could be an interesting way for them to introduce new staves, like the sleep stave, the berserk stave, and like all of those crazy staves that we never got as actual weapons in Fae. They could just become styles now, right? Like, that would be very interesting. So, sleep style, unit can attack foes within 5 spaces of unit and 3 rows of 3 columns centered on unit, regardless of unit's range. Damage dealt by unit's attack and damage from foes' attacks during that combat are reduced to 0. So, similar to Elise and her freeze style there. And then Rookers at least take 1 damage. And after combat, inflicts the following status on the foe through the next actions. After start of turn skills trigger, action ends immediately. Hello. For foes who have not yet taken an action in summoner duels, instead of inflicting this effect, ends their action immediately. That is raw. What the hell? Bro, that's fire. What? I mean, this is how you do a GHB refine. This guy is legit. Wow. Color me impressed, man. The first good GHB refine in ages. Yeah, I mean, that is the tits right there. You want to know how to make a good GHB refine? Right here. This is the blueprint. And we're not even done yet. We're not even done yet. What? What is this Grommel-ass Salem out of nowhere? Unit cannot move or attack structures. After combat, movement effects do not occur. Unit's AoE specials cannot be triggered. And remaining movement granted from Kanto is treated as 0. Unit suffers a counterattack if any of the following conditions are met. Foe is armored with a range of 2. Foe has distant counter or close counter or whatever. Or the foe's range is the same as distance between unit and foe. Skills effect range is treated as 2. Once used, style can't be used for 2 turns. Okay, it was all just mumbo-jumbo there. And no other bonus effects. That's just like explaining the conditions there. Now, unlike Elise, when she does her freestyle, he doesn't get his action back. So he's going to waste his action on the style, and that's going to end his action as well. But this is very interesting, though. This is a very interesting design. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing there from Salem. Okay, let's move on to Vyland now. Dude, all bets are off. This guy could be crazy, too. Who knows? If demotes are allowed to be good again. 16 might, 1 range, HP 3. For unit and allies in 3 rows of 3 columns centered on unit, grants all stats of 5. Special cooldown charge 1 per attack. And guard, or not guard, scowl before unit or allies first attack during combat. Oh wait, no, not scowl. It's rally spectrum, basically. Yeah, before your first attack or the allies' first attack, in the case of Vyland there. Reduce damage from foes' attacks by 15 during combat and recover 7 HP after combat. And then he's got Kanto Rem +1 with a min of 2. Grants all stats of 5 to unit, neutralize foes' bonuses, and deals +20 damage during combat. Okay, yeah. Somebody really liked Salem and did not like Vyland, unfortunately. Okay, Muspell. Now, the Niffle refine was actually pretty solid, so I'm expecting this guy to be pretty good too. Enables Kanto Rem +1 with a min of 2, grants attack of 3. If the foe's range is 2, then you get adaptive damage. Grants all stats of 5 to unit, reduce damage from foes' attacks by 15, and reduce percentage of foes' non-special DR by half. Foe cannot recover HP during or after combat, and then after combat, if unit attacks, inflicts deep wounds on targets and foes in 2 spaces of them through the next actions. If unit initiates combat, deals 7 damage to foe as combat begins. And also, if unit attacked, applies Divine Vein Flame on 5 spaces in a line centered on foe's space and 5 spaces behind those spaces. Okay, so interesting. He sets up flame tiles when he attacks. At start of player phase or enemy phase, grants attack and defense up 6, fringe bonus, and treachery to unit and allies in 2 spaces. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually, for a start of turn. Not too shabby. And then if unit or allies within 2 spaces of unit have bonuses to any stats after start of turn skills trigger, or if defending an 8th of raids, after start of turn skills trigger at the start of turn 1 of enemy phase. Grants an additional +3 to each corresponding stat. Oh, wow. For unit and those allies for 1 turn. That's pretty good considering he has fringe bonus. So he's basically just like Ector Deer. And then grants all stats of 10 and unit deals +20 damage. Yeah, he's legit. Not bad at all. This guy, they treated him similar to Niffle, where he's actually legit. We can't really ask for much more than that, man. They did our boy Muspell some justice. Okay, let's take a look at Volke now. So, 14 might, 2 range, -1 special trigger. When unit is in combat, foes' save effects will not trigger. Oh, what is this refine badge, dude? They're actually cooking. Yeah, I mean, the Elm also has this. Mythic Elm, when he initiates combat, the foes can't trigger a save. That's very good. That's very interesting. Also, considering he'd be a good user of the Lin Ring, so he can just snipe from a mile away and they can't use safe skills. Grants all stats of 5, neutralize effects that inflict guard, and grants special cooldown charge +1 per attack. And then he has Dagger 7, of course. For foes in 3 rows of 3 columns centered on unit, inflicts all stats -5. Foes suffer +10 damage, and foe can't counterattack. He gives Drive Flash. What the hell? And this guy is good. What? Grants all stats of 5 to unit, and unit deals +20 damage. Bro, they are cooking with this batch. What is going on here? Volke is good. Muspell is good. Freaking Salem is good. They are on a roll here. Okay, Baby Tana now. 16 might, 1 range, HP up 3, -1 special trigger. Pass innately. Unit can move to a space within 2 spaces of an ally in 2 spaces. Grants all stats of 10. Reduce damage from foes' attacks by X, and reduce damage from foes' special by an additional X. If unit initiates, X is 25, otherwise X is 15. Okay. Allies within 2 spaces of unit can move to any space within 2 spaces of unit. If unit has entered combat or used an assist skill during the current turn, allies can move to a space within 2 spaces of unit. So that's pretty much the same thing as the New Year Tana, where she just warps in and attacks, and then she can become a warping beacon for the rest of the team. And then for unit and allies in 3 rows of 3 columns centered on unit, grants all stats of 5, deals +X damage. For unit, X is 20. For allies, X is 10. And grants special cooldown count -1 before unit's first attack or allies' first attack. And then there's more. Wow. Okay, so if decreasing the speed difference necessary to make a follow-up attack by 10 would allow unit to trigger a follow-up attack, triggers potent 100. I don't know what is going on, man. Whoever did this refine batch, we need to have them do all the refines. This is legit. I mean, she's got pass, she's got warping, and then she gives drive exposure to allies as plus 10 damage. She's giving plus 5 to all stats. She get the Rally Spectrum cooldown charge is nice as well before your first attack, but I mean, just any instance of drive plus 10 damage is always good. You could probably give her that new aerial skill too, right? Oh wait, no, that one is for melee, not melee only. It's for tome only, and also bows and daggers, which I failed to mention on the actual video. Okay, Nerus is up next. So I'm guessing 16 might, 1 range, HP 3. -1 special trigger for unit and allies in 3 rows of 3 columns center on unit. Grants all stats of 5. Deals plus X damage. For unit, X is 25. For allies, X is 10. And grants special cooldown charge +1 per attack during combat. Then also grants a bonus to all stats equal to unit's max special cooldown count value times 2. And neutralize effects that guarantee foes follow-ups and prevent units follow-ups during combat. Max special cooldown count times 2. Let's say you gave her Comet. So that would be what? 4, well, it's no matter what, you can only have a 4 hit on her because she has -1. So it's just all stats of 8. I feel like they could have raised that to like ×3. And that would have been fine. Yeah, like ×2, +8 to all stats is whatever. +12 would have been a little better, but still, we have units that just straight up get +15 to all stats now. Okay, then also at the start of turn, if unit is adjacent to only beasts or dragons or not adjacent to anyone, then unit transforms. And then we have the cavalry beast transformation effect there. And then we get Canto Distant +1 with a max of 4. Grants all stats of 5 to unit. Reduce damage from foes' attacks by 15. Reduce damage from their special by 15. And then if unit has a special and if decreasing speed difference necessary to make a follow-up by 25 would allow unit to trigger a follow-up, then you get Potent X. And then if unit cannot perform a follow-up and attack twice, X is max special cooldown count value times 40. Otherwise, X is max special cooldown count value times 20 with a max of 100. I mean, I was about to say, if it goes beyond 100, so let's say you had a 4-hit special, and it's 4 times 40, that would be what? Potent 160? Like, wouldn't that be something? But no, they cap it at 100, which is just basically saying no fun allowed, unfortunately, for Nerus there. Alright, yeah, I mean, hers was okay. I completely forgot what her B skill did, but I remember it not being enough. Let's see what Yuri got. Now, Yuri, on the other hand, I thought they gave Yuri exactly what he wanted. So, -1 special trigger, all stats of 5. Neutralize effects that guarantee foes follow-ups and prevent units follow-ups. +25 damage. Reduce damage from foes' attacks by 40% and reduce damage by an additional 7. And he has Dagger 7. If a rally or movement assist skill is used by unit, grants another action to unit. Wow. So he can foul play and then he can move again, and then he can foul play like 3 times. So he foul plays once on the assist. He gets the bonus action. He can foul play again, and then he can pop his C skill foul play. That's pretty good, especially for like Aether Raid's offense, where you can run Disarm Trap on this guy. By the way, that was his B skill, was Seal Speed 4. And they gave him Hex Edge. Dude, they should have gave him a better B skill and just left this one alone. Hex Blade was fine. They didn't need to give him Hex Edge. They could have gave him a better B skill. Okay, and then there's still more. So if a rally or movement assist is used by unit or targets unit, inflict speed and defense -7, exposure and discord on the closest foes of both unit and target ally or unit and targeting ally after movement and foes within 2 spaces of those foes through the next actions. Grants all stats of 10 to unit during combat, and then if decreasing speed difference necessary to make a follow-up by 10 allows unit to trigger a follow-up, then you get Potent 100. So, yeah, he's basically just a foul play bot, which is perfectly fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with that, considering he's the only unit that has foul play, and it's a pretty good assist, and it does give him a niche that he can do. He also seems decent in combat. He's doing a decent amount of damage, but I don't think he's going to be able to be a wall buster. Not that it matters. Like, that's not really his game. That's not what he's trying to do. So, yeah, wow. They hit a really high note here. We started with Salem, who looked great with the sleep style. Vyland was a rip, but then Muspell was pretty good. He brought the fire, and then Volke looks really good, too. Who do I think is going to be the best out of this batch? That's really hard to say. Tana looks pretty solid, too. With her having pass, man, that's really tough. I'm thinking it's probably between... I think it is just straight up Volke, right? Because him being able to nullify save is so good. He's a blessable unit, too, so you could just run him on any season in 8th Raid's offense, and he can just snipe anybody, and then you're free to go, right? Like, once you kill something and they break formation, you're good. You can also have him snipe the pesky units that they have in the back, like the baby Camillas with the Micaiah ring, or same thing with the duo Balders, those units that they hide that they want to get the extra action and then snipe you. You can just give them all the middle finger. And it's not like he's going to have a hard time killing a baby Camilla. He's got color advantage already, and then she's a glass cannon. Balder might be a tall ask, though, because she's really tanky. But I don't know, man. This guy, he seems pretty solid, and the use for him is immediately apparent. Salem seems interesting, but he's the kind of unit that it does come at a little bit of a cost, because you're going to go ahead and use the sleep style, end somebody's action, but you're also ending your own action, too, with Salem. So, I mean, it's going to be like an equal trade. Well, not really equal, because you get to choose which enemy's turn gets ended. Whereas Salem, like, who cares if his turn gets ended? That doesn't matter. So, yeah, but I think he's going to be very interesting to play with. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, so let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments section down below. Who do you think won this refine batch? Because this one's actually one of the most competitive batches that we've seen in a long time. I'm giving it to Volke personally for the disabling save effect, but yeah, I mean, you guys might call it different. So let me know in the comments down below, and stick around because we still have the data mines to take a look at.